Actor Rainn Wilson is on a mission that he thinks can help us all change the world. You hear that part? All of us change the world. So he writes about it in his new book. It's called Soul Boom. I love that. Workbook, Spiritual Tools for Modern Living. It's inspired by his Soul Boom podcast and previous best-selling book of the same name. There's Roy Wood Jr. It helps readers kickstart their own spiritual journey. We're very happy to say that Rainn Wilson is back in the studio with us. All is right with the world when you come.
That's right.
Rainn, you'll like this. Yesterday, we're on set, and I'm sitting there with Nate and Tony. I go, Nate, Rainn's not on today. Why do you have the book down here? He goes, because I'm working on the workbook, Gayle. This was yesterday, Rainn. Yeah. Yesterday.
What do you think, Nate?
I love it.
You're all in?
Before we get started, I'll just take it from here. This is more than just a workbook. This is also a playbook. This is a coloring book. I think in the analogy that the world is our kitchen, this is a cookbook because the recipes for soul food are in here. I have fallen in love with this ever since I got my hands on it. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you for providing this.
You're very kind. Thanks so much.
That just happened yesterday, but it all came, you talk about from your own spiritual journey. In your 20s, you said it was long, it was painful.
Yeah.
I want you to give the audience a sense of what was happening to you, and that you said this is a book you wish you had when you were 26. What was happening to you?
Yeah, exactly. The book that I wish I had at 26, a spirituality kind of creative workbook where you can draw and write, because I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot of anguish, you know, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, addiction, and I was really lost.
You said you were having panic attacks, Rainn, and anxiety, but nobody talked about mental health then. Nobody.
Yeah, this was the 90s. There weren't, you know, podcasts about mental health and self-help books, and no one was in therapy unless you're like a millionaire. So, you know, what do you do? The only thing I knew to do was read books about spirituality. So I read the Buddha, you know, I read the Bible and started kind of trying to take in spiritual tools for my mental well-being. And it helped me a lot. I'm actually really grateful for the suffering I underwent then.
Grateful for the suffering, really?
I think sometimes we are grateful for some of our hardest challenges at the end of the day.
Because there's growth.
Because there's growth.
You don't feel grateful, though, in the middle of it.
You're right, Gayle.
Yeah,
No, you certainly don't. But, you know, what I learned then allowed me to write Soul Boom and have these conversations on the Soul Boom podcast about bringing spiritual tools for the modern world, which we need now more than ever.
So you're kind of dancing around this thing that I think is so interesting. You read the Buddha, you read the Bible, and you said this book is for everybody. You have this line I love here. Anyone who gets a tingle in their heart that there might be something more, this book's for them. What is that tingle?
Well, you know, I think we're spiritual beings and we're having a human experience. We get 80 or 90 years in these meat suits, and understanding that we are spiritual souls, that we're luminous beings, that we're big-hearted spirits, and then we get to excavate that, you know, we get to uncover that and explore what that means. That's something that can unite us all, you know, political left, political right. Their spirit is sacred to everyone in the United States, and that's something that we can focus on for our own well-being, but also for our country's well-being.
And, you know, you talk about spirituality. Sometimes it could be a very heavy subject. Yeah. But there's an exercise where you tell the reader, go ahead and make a spirituality joke. What are some examples of a joke based in spirituality? And why do you feel like it's important to use laughter as a vehicle to talk about more serious things?
Well, I am just a dumb sitcom actor, Nate, at the end of the day. So
that's what they say about you.
What do I know? No, I'm really not any kind of guru, but I just want to foster this journey about the soul and prayer and meditation, making the world a better place, suffering, life after death. And humor is a great way into the heart.
It really is.
You know, I don't have like a spirituality joke on off the cuff. I should have one, I suppose. But, you know, we try and use lots of creative ways to get at this journey. Yeah. So it's fun and interactive. And we hope that families could do it together. You could do it with your teenage kids. Yeah. You could do it with your church group in a church basement or in your neighborhood.
Significant other? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody can take this up. I love is the greatest power in existence. Absolutely agree. It all comes back to people, because no one changes the world or themselves without people. But one of my favorite things is your playlist. You have a Soul Juice playlist that includes Lovely Day with Bill Withers, Love Just Breathe, Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. Every time I hear that song, it gives me goosebumps. And Better When I'm Dancing, Meghan Trainor. You've got great, great, great musical taste.
Yeah.
I agree with what Nate said. For anybody who's looking for something, this is a really good guide for that, Rainn. So bravo.
Not bad for a dumb sitcom act.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
there you
bad.
have it.
Not
Thank
bad.
you so much.
Thank you, Rainn Wilson. Thank you. Soul Boom Workbook is on sale now wherever you like to buy your books.